Leaders from the city, Chamber of Commerce, and Oregon Shakespeare Festival tell me these new ordinances are not about panhandling, they're more about aggressive behavior. Now, one aspect has people asking for, if they are asking for money within 20 feet of an ATM, kind of like how far that ATM is behind me, well, that can be outlawed. The homeless people I spoke to say these new rules may cause even more hostility between them and the hundreds of thousands of people expected to Ashland every year.
Panhandling and sleeping outside has been a long-time tune for Izzy Wallace and J.C. Romero.
I sit here most of the day, just flying my sign, saying hi to people.
Izzy and J.C. roll to different spots in downtown Ashland to be spotted some cash.
Thank you much, but I'll buy you a coffee. How about
Praise Yahweh, brother. Be safe.
J.C. says he has no felonies, but has been arrested for shoplifting and for disorderly conduct.
So we started fighting. He slammed me on the ground and I fractured my knee.
Such is the life he chooses to live, a routine of panhandling,
Blessed. Thank you for asking.
playing video games in a shelter, and finding a place to sleep where the police won't see him. He has been seen at city council meetings and a homeless forum.
These ordinances that target just one group of people need to stop immediately before it destroys our community.
He's talking about ordinances the council says addresses downtown behavior issues that plagued the city last summer. They plan to prevent it this summer. Here's how. People cannot ask for money from people eating at an outdoor restaurant, near an ATM, or in a car.
We've seen an increase in this aggressive behavior. It's been happening for years.
Students were literally jumped on. Somebody piggybacked, and jumping on a student as they're walking by.
Bob Hackett is the marketing manager for the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. Catherine Cato is the director of the Ashland Chamber Visitor and Convention Bureau. They support the new ordinances and say it's about behavior, not about labeling the kind of people who would behave badly.
So everyone has a freedom of speech, and therefore panhandling is held under that. But aggressive panhandling is where that line is drawn, and so that's why we focus again on the behavior.
Increased police presence is something City Councilor Stephanie Seffinger wants. She says she's had a couple of experiences of getting blocked in her path and threatened for not giving money.
4 men walked up toward me, and one of them looked at me and said, "I know who you are, and I want you dead." And then as they were walking by, they started hurling different obscenities at me as they walked.
City leaders are looking at 4 tactics to prevent bad behavior in downtown areas. That includes hiring 4 more police cadets or a contract with the Social Service Agency for street outreach workers. Lee Madsen tries to give the homeless opportunities to leave poverty behind at the Ashland Community Resource Center.
But we shouldn't be penalizing a whole group of people because one person in that group does something we don't like.
Madsen says he empathizes with people who have been intimidated, and he does not have a solution for it.
And I'm not the only one. I hear other homeless people around town talking about all these ordinances. And whether they're doing it to target the homeless or not, that's who it's targeting. And when we feel targeted, we get angry. And then nobody feels safe.
2 different economies trying to find harmony before more people travel to Ashland this spring and summer.
JC and Izzy tell me they will be at the city council meeting tonight talking about the aggressive panhandling ordinances. Now, another aspect of that is keeping an open space available for walkways and sidewalks. Now, street performers like this gentleman behind me is totally fine. You can go by. We welcome street performers, or even if you are panhandling out here. However, you do need to allow at least 5 feet of space between you and the curb. You can't have dogs, backpacks, even yourself, people blocking you. And you can't block people for more than 5 minutes. Those are some of the things they'll be discussing tonight and debated. And we'll have more reaction tonight on News 10 at 11. With your connection live in Ashland, Dave D. Rurange, News 10.